Now, more than ever, we need to focus on stories of strength, courage, and unity. Welcome to COVID Talks, a series dedicated to promoting positive conversations during uncertain times.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 39 of COVID Talks, Positive Conversations During Uncertain Times. My name is Anthony Rapp of PRcision LLC, and I'll be your host for the evening. Tonight, we have a great show. We have with us the owners of a brand new, well, not brand new, but relatively new, plant-based and allergen-friendly restaurant located on the South Shore of Staten Island called Love Earth Bakery and Cafe. We're excited to have them on because they have really, really unique offerings that cater to people with a different dietary need. That caters to people looking for a healthy alternative to everything that's out there. And it also is something that's making a big impact in the allergy community. So as we know, there are lots and lots of kids and adults, but a lot of kids unfortunately have tons of allergies when it comes to food. So they've created a way and a safe space and a safe conduit to provide a safe bakery item and baked good and confection good for kids and people with specific allergies. So we're happy to have them on. But before we get into our interview tonight, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you're watching us live right now, go to the bottom of the screen, click that little share button, help us spread the message. If you're tuned in live to our podcast, thank you for downloading it. We appreciate it. And if you're listening to us on our newest added platform, which is iHeartRadio. Shout out to iHeartRadio. We appreciate you listening on that. So before we get into our guests tonight, we're going to do a couple of positive news headlines as we do here each night on COVID Talks. First up, so Governor Cuomo announced today that outdoor dining at restaurants is going to be permitted in phase 2 of the reopening. So any municipality that's currently in phase 1 or phase 2. There's about 7 municipalities upstate, I believe, that are in phase 2. So they're going to be able to do it as early as tomorrow, this Thursday. They can open up outdoor dining. For the rest of the municipalities and cities that are not in phase 1 yet, they're going to wait a little longer. So we begin phase 1 next Monday here in the New York metro area. So if you do the math and you add it up, outdoor dining in phase 2 should be somewhere in the middle of July. So it's not that it's coming soon, but it's at least a glimmer of hope. At least something has come out and there is some sort of guidance for restaurants that we'll be able to get back in business and hopefully get people back out on the streets and back out enjoying themselves and enjoying the beautiful weather. Speaking of restaurants, down in the Grassmere section of Staten Island, there is a new restaurant sign that's gone up on Highland Boulevard and Mid-Island, made in Sicily, authentic Italian specialties. So we're excited to see what that is and what's going on down there because this was sent to us. We're going to try and get the owner of the show, the owner of the new restaurant to come on and talk to us about it. But it's nice to see that even during these difficult times, businesses are opening up. And the idea of opening a restaurant in the midst of what's going on right now seems counterintuitive. So we're going to try and get the owner on and see if we can get him to talk about his ideas and what the store is going to have and what the restaurant's going to be about. And finally tonight, we teased it a couple of shows ago, but drive-in movies at the Mount are going to officially be announced within the next 2 weeks. So we encourage you to stay tuned for the announcement. It is going to be a limited event given the current situation. We want everybody to be safe. We want everybody to enjoy themselves. However, we still need to abide by certain guidelines. So if you're interested in the drive-in movies at the Mount, I encourage you to join the VIP list, which you can do by texting the word Mount to 313131. And what that will do is give you immediate access as soon as the links are live and the dates and times and movies are announced. Those who join that will get a text message with a link to purchase tickets online, so you'll have first crack at it. So again, we're excited to be rolling out the drive-in movies at the Mount, the drive-in movies at the Mount once again. All right, and a couple of quick PSAs. How could you learn more about us, stay in touch with us, and follow us? So check us out on Facebook at COVID Talk. Definitely look at the website, covid-talks.com. That has all of our previous episodes as well as all of our future episodes, all right there on the website. Definitely encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at COVID Talks. And of course, check out the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and the recently and newly added iHeartRadio podcast. And finally, if you're interested in being a guest, have an idea you want us to talk about, or if you'd like us to create a live stream cast similar to what we're doing here for yourself or for a client, send us an email, info@prcision.com. We'll go through the emails. We'd be more than happy to help you out, get you on, or have your topic discussed. All right, so we're back. So before we bring on our next guests, let's just talk a little bit about Staten Island and food to begin with. Let's talk pre-COVID. We're all familiar with the great tradition of culinary expertise here on Staten Island. We're blessed in that we have many, many, many great restaurants. The reality of it, though, is that not many of these restaurants offer what our guests are going to be talking about. I am not a vegan. I am not, that's not me. I've eaten at Love Earth Cafe, and we're going to talk about it. The food is excellent, but I know based on what they've told me, and we'll ask them to give me the stats, but the percentage of plant-based or vegan and allergen-friendly restaurants in our borough. We had Pam Silvestri on, the editor of the food section for the Staten Island Advance, and I believe she said there were 975 or somewhere in that area, 975 to 1,000 restaurants in our borough alone. The percentage of vegan and plant-based restaurants is probably less than 1%. So we're really interested to hear what they have, what they're offering, and how potentially they could change your life by simply living and eating and enjoying a healthier lifestyle. So we have with us Renee Rhea. She's been self-prescribed plant-based for 30 years. She's the current co-owner of Love Earth Cafe and Bakery, and she's also the chef. And she is a published author. She has a published book, and the book is called Heal the Planet, Heal Your Soul. So we're excited to have her with us. Of course, we have Nicole Girardi, who was with us previously, talking about her experience when her husband, Anthony, unfortunately contracted the coronavirus, but he's fine, don't worry. But Nicole's back with us. We're happy to have her. Nicole is a special ed preschool teacher at Ignacio Cruz School in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. And the best guest of all tonight, the biggest celebrity in the room, we have Anthony Girardi Jr., Nicole and Anthony's son, who is the junior executive baker at Love Earth Cafe and Bakery. And we're going to talk to him about that. And he's also an Arista student at IS-34. So shout out to Anthony, and shout out to Mr. Boyle and IS-34 for doing a great job. So we're going to bring him up. We're all here. Are we all here?
We are.
Hi, Anthony.
Worked. Perfect. All right, so let me remove this because when I have this background, you can't see. Perfect. All right, so guys, first and foremost, thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on. And since we have multiple guests, we'll handle it in a fashion where I'll just direct the question to the person. This way, no one speaks over each other. So the easy question. A lot of people who are watching and listening know you, but I want them to learn more and know more about you. So, Renee, we'll start with you. Tell us about your background, your history. I want to definitely know about the book. You had mentioned you were also a resident chef at a yoga retreat facility. So give the audience and give our viewers some information about your background.
Okay. So like I mentioned, I've been plant-based for about 30 years, and I was always a one-woman show. Cooking for, like you said, I was a resident chef at a retreat center, and I cooked for various organizations and private parties, fundraisers, and I even did a small wedding by myself. And it was wonderful to be on my own. But then I paired up with Danielle and Nicole because I needed to expand and get this healthy food choice out to reach more people. I'm also a published author. I published in 2017, where I talk about in detail the energetic cause and effect that our food choices make on the planet, on our physical body, and how it affects every aspect of our being. So that's a passion that's dear to me because I like to see people healthy. And I think most people at the core want to be healthy, but some people may not really know how to go about it. So I love to provide people with information, and I'm honored to have a place where people could come and have the chance to eat alkaline food. So
well, I'm one of those people who wishes they could be healthier, but you've seen me in person many times. Clearly, that's not the case. So maybe I'll pick up that book. We'll definitely see if we can put that book in the link. I'm going to search for it while we're talking to Nicole. So Nicole, you can go first, and then we'll have Big Ant talk to us. But Nicole, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved with the cafe.
So I am a preschool teacher for the last 12 years, but 10 years ago, Anthony was diagnosed with multiple food allergies. So having a cafe or bakery was always something I wanted to do. because you don't realize you don't get to go to a place and pick out a cookie or have a dessert or have a dinner out with your family when you have all these food allergies. So it was always a passion of mine to have a place that is safe for children to go enjoy an afternoon with their parents or a lunch with their parents and not to worry.
Absolutely. And I agree. And Ann, I've known you for a long time, and I know it's tough. It's annoying, right? It's just an annoying thing. So Ann, tell us a little bit about your background. And I want to hear, because I'm going to admit this, my wife loves some of the things that you make, especially the dough. And is the term right? The dough balls? Is that right? That's not right.
The cookie dough balls. Yeah.
Cookie dough balls. All right. So tell us a little bit about the cookie dough balls and I know right now, obviously you're home and you're safe. Thank God. But before all this, you were at the cafe, you were working. Talk about that.
Yeah, I was trying to help as much as I could because I know my mom worked very hard, and Renee and Danielle and my dad worked hard to try and get the cafe. So I knew I had to help, and it was really fun baking with Danielle and cooking with Renee as much as I could. And
I want to say that the young man that you are looking at right now, who is so polished and so well spoken, is 11 years old. Unbelievable. Great work. We know that that's all your mom, because your father had nothing to do with it. But that's another topic. All right, so great. So now everybody kind of has a feeling of who you guys are and what you guys represent. So Renee, I'm going to go back to you for a minute. So you said you made the change and became plant-based 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, I am not a vegan, and I know that's sometimes a frowned upon term, but I enjoy different kinds of food, but right. That's not my lifestyle. So tell me about the lifestyle, because I know it is a lifestyle, right. And it's a way to live and a nutritious way to go about your life. So talk about that. Yeah.
So I was very fortunate in that when I was very young, I had an awareness of the importance of eating alkaline food. Just to give the audience a quick example, our pH has to be at a 7.4 to stay alive. And the more alkaline food we eat, the healthier we become. The more acidic food we eat, the harder our body has to work to bring our pH in balance. So from a young age, I was so passionate about staying healthy and being healthy that little by little, I just kept on eliminating what wasn't serving my body well. My body works well with being plant-based, but I understand everyone has a different constitution, and some people aren't ready or they can't give up meat, maybe for their blood type. But I think it's important that people at least eat a lot of alkaline foods to keep themselves as healthy as they can be.
So I think this is actually a good mix, because Nicole, unless things have changed in the last 24 hours, you are not 100% plant-based, right?
I am not.
Okay. So you have multiple aspects that are going on, and I want to kind of dissect the cafe into two different categories, if I can, because I want to be clear on both. So the plant-based restaurant portion, let's talk about that, Renee. Talk about some of the menu items that you offer. I'm going to pull up the website, but talk about some of the healthy alternatives and why they're healthier, and what was the inspiration behind the menu, because you're the chef. So what inspired you to create the menu?
Okay. So what inspired me was not being able to go out to dinner anywhere unless I just wanted to order a salad and a bowl of pasta. So I created a menu that I would like to experience when I would dine out. So we have a lot of burgers that have a lot of healthy plant-based ingredients. They're delicious and they're healthy. There's all whole food ingredients. We don't have anything processed or fake. So I just created the menu according to what I want to enjoy when I go out.
And you can see, the viewers can see now. So Renee, just so you know, in the comment section, I posted a link to your book. So I hope someone buys a book. We'll buy one when we get off. I'll buy one, but I hope someone buys your book. You can see here on the Instagram feed that's embedded on your website the types of food that you're cooking. So we're on Staten Island. I'm going to be stereotypical. Talk to me about plant-based Sunday sauce.
You could plant-base any food that there is. People use pea protein for meat. People use beans or rice. You could concoct all the healthy foods from the earth, put some seasoning in there, and you could make anything. You can make anything.
I was trying to highlight the plant-based Sunday sauce because it's right there in the Instagram, but I couldn't get it.
Actually,
so very cool.
whole contribution. So that's
Actually, I made it. So I've learned to kind of cook that way from them, but also because Anthony is allergic to dairy, eggs, and all that stuff. So I've kind of learned to cook without all that stuff in it.
Okay, so I didn't know that. So that's your creation, Nicole.
I didn't.
Awesome. I didn't know that. I know something different and something unique. So inside the plant-based Sunday sauce, what's the meatball? Well, first of all, what do you call it? It's not called a meatball. What do you call it?
No, well, it is a meatball. It's just with the pea protein in as the chopped meat, and I just rolled it like a regular meatball. I made the sauce how I would make my Sunday sauce with regular meat and sausage. I made it the same way. I used the same way I would do it. I sauteed my sausage. I rolled my meatballs. I cooked my sauce. I did all that stuff same way.
Very, very interesting. So now, Nicole, I want to talk to you a little bit about the bakery portion, and then Renee, we'll come back and I'll bother you. But so you mentioned at the onset that poor little Anthony over there, best looking guy in the room, has allergies, and it's miserable. I know it, but
so Anthony actually has something called eosinophilic esophagitis. So his food allergies are in his esophagus. So it's not a normal food allergy.
okay. So even now, I know personally that you've raised funds for the organizations to help find a cure for this stuff. You're doing great stuff with that. But one of the offshoots, I guess, of the allergy. So one of the positive things, right? Let's just call it what it is. One of the positive things is that now you have created a bakery section within this cafe that's offering allergen-friendly and allergen-free products for children just like Anthony and adults who suffer from different allergies. Talk to us about menu items. Talk to us about how they're made, how they're safe.
So, how would the donut made? You want to talk about the cookie dough balls?
Sure. So my favorite thing is probably the brownies or the cookie squares because it pretty much takes like two different flavors and puts them together. And so the cookie dough balls, it's how you would make something normal, but just substituting it with things that I can eat. Yeah.
You know, cool. I wanted kids to come in, which has happened a few times, and we've all been there to see it. A kid to come to the counter and say, like, "Mom, I can eat everything in here," and "Mom, I can have this and I can have this." Like, kids can't go to Dunkin' Donuts and eat a donut, so having donuts is important, or a brownie square, or even a chocolate chip cookie. Like the simplest things, you don't realize that you can't go into a normal store and pick up for a child with all these food allergies. And
even things as simple as, and I'm saying as simple as, you know, my son's only 4.5 months, so I haven't been there yet, but something as simple as a birthday, right? You have a birthday in school and moms typically bring in a thing of munchkins, but you now have an alternative. So talk about that, because I know the schools have been very receptive to what you've been doing and how you've been serving it.
So everything is peanut free. And I have to say, Danielle has mastered how to make almost anything I ask her to make, she does. She's like, no problem. You know, she made cookies for Gabby that were saved for her birthday party with that were as like a lipstick and stuff like that. And the cupcakes and the cookies. She's done an amazing job. I really probably would not have make my dream come true if it wasn't for her with the bakery part of it. But the schools are a bit great because everything is peanut free. Right. So there's no nuts in the facility at all. There's no eggs in the facility at all. There's no milk in the facility at all. And some children can't have cross-contamination. So it can't even be in the facility. They have a reaction to that. So the fact that we have none of that, they're coming in and that's already a safety thing for them.
So that's an amazing thing, because now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know up until you guys opened, I don't think there was any specific allergen-friendly place for baked goods and cookies and cakes for children and adults. So you're really the first one.
We are the first allergen-friendly bakery and plant-based cafe. We're the first. So it's very safe, clean food for people to eat. And we're really proud of that. We have families that come in here and we see children for the first time being able to have pizza, grilled cheese, cupcakes, cookies. And to see these kids smile, it's wonderful.
Well, Renee, I was going to say now I wanted to shift gears and I want you to talk more about the menu and the lifestyle and how you prepare it. So Nicole mentioned there's no nuts, there's no peanut oil, none of that stuff. But when it comes to the I guess we'll call it the food section. When it comes to the menu items and the lunch and the dinner, I mean, I've eaten there many times and everything is delicious. I got made fun of when I ate there because I asked for grated cheese, but that's another story.
We have that, but it's just coconut based.
Well, whatever. I remember I got in trouble for that. But I mean, you have delicious burgers that aren't burgers. You have the cauliflower is probably the greatest thing I've ever tasted. So talk about the menu items and for someone like me who is unhealthy and uneducated when it comes to this kind of a thing, and I'm just as easily to go to get a steak or get Wendy's as I would be to make a healthy choice. Talk about the way the food's prepared, the way it's made, how it's handled.
So I would just like to say that the reason why maybe you would grab a steak or something else that you don't consider healthy is just a conditioning. It's so nice that you expand your taste buds to our food, and thank you, Anthony, for saying it's delicious. It really is just simple food from the earth that we blend the right seasonings together and make it taste good so people could enjoy, and they don't just have to have steamed broccoli. It's made with love. It's made with the finest ingredients from the earth. And to me, it's no wonder that it tastes good because it's so healthy for you.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's good. So when the cafe first opened up, there was a lot of conversation back and forth because obviously you know that I'm very friendly with Anthony, and we were talking, and it's not even about the lifestyle per se. So a regular guy like me, if you ordered from there a couple times a week, let's say, as a healthy alternative and substituted McDonald's for that, you're making a healthy decision anyway, correct? Am I right in that? Just by substituting one meal a week.
You are so correct in saying the more alkaline food you could eat, the healthier you will be. And if you want just a quick breakdown, your body, in order to maintain a healthy pH, which is a 7.4, and you literally can't live outside of 1 point off of 7.4, the more acid food you eat, your body has to work very hard by depleting calcium from your bones, magnesium from your muscles, and literally break down from the inside out if you don't eat healthy foods. So if you could have more alkaline in your diet, that's better. I would never expect or ask anyone to eliminate meat, especially if their constitution calls for it or their blood type calls for it. However, I do want to say, if you do choose or you do eat meat, there are beautiful local farms in New Jersey where you're getting a healthier cut of meat. The animals are roaming free. They're healthier. It's a more compassionate choice. So if people just put some awareness on what they're eating and where their food comes from and what it does to their body and also what it does to our planet, which we're very dependent on for our health, that is such a benefit to have more people aware of their food, where it comes from, what it does to your body. I do talk about it in my book, what it does to your body. It would help, Anthony, to eat alkaline more often than not. Absolutely.
And now I can't just go buy a bottle of alkaline from like GNC, right, and take the easy road out. Can I do that?
No.
Good. All right. I was going to say, because otherwise I'll order right now. I'll be like, good, I'll make a conscious decision to do the right thing. I'll try and eat healthy.
It's just good to add more fruit and veggies in your diet. Everybody knows that because you are what you eat.
Yes,
absolutely.
I agree with you. So we have a basic understanding, and our viewers and our listeners have an understanding of your background, the types of foods you're preparing for menu items, the type of confection goods that you're preparing for, the allergen-friendly portion of bakery section. So let's kind of talk a little bit about the current situation. So I don't know the exact day, but when did it open? It was what month did you open?
With our grand opening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys came out of the gate roaring to go. I mean, social media was all abuzz about what you were doing. I think you had 3 or 4 articles in the Staten Island Advance. I mean, you came out very, very good. You came out of the gate hot. You were instant hit.
2019. Yeah.
Instant hit.
Thank you.
But now we're kind of slowed down. So I guess Nicole, we'll go up top first, and then we'll come back down to Renee. So Nicole, talk about what it was versus what it's become because of the outbreak, because of the quarantine. I know you're still open, but talk about how services have changed and what you're doing right now.
Well, it's changed because we can't dine in anymore. I mean, we have our days where we're a little bit more busier than others with pickup and deliveries, but it is definitely quieter than it used to be since we can't have anyone in the restaurant.
And now you're delivering island wide. Is that still correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to put the link to the website in the comment section right now. This way people can see. And now I know you also have online ordering through the website, which means they can order it, pick up, or deliver. So I'm going to put that in there. And then Renee, give us your perspective on how things have changed since the quarantine, since we're on pause, and what are some of the things you've done to adapt to continue to stay open? Because let's face it, there are restaurants that have simply shut down. But you guys are there. I see people walking behind you, so God bless. People are still coming in to pick up safely, of course. But what are some of the things you've adopted to keep up and remain open in the new climate?
Well, for now, we've just gotten used to not having anybody in the dining room. So it's, of course, more quiet. Our staff is cut down completely because we don't have any servers. So we're the same, but a lot more quiet. It's not terrible because we have beautiful client base that still come in for their bakery goods and they still come in for the food. People don't want to cook every day. So luckily we have enough people that want to eat this type of food, and they order our food, whether it be through Grubhub or web orders, or they call Love Earth Direct or Joe delivers to the people. So luckily we're okay. We're okay. And it's our pleasure to serve everybody, really.
Well, it's good to hear that, like I said, because we've had multiple restaurant owners on the show. We know a lot of restaurant owners personally, and it's extremely difficult. So the fact that you're still open and you're still servicing the community and able to get good food out to the people who are seeking it is great. Let's focus ahead now. So, I opened the show and I said that Cuomo has agreed phase 2, they're going to allow outside dining. So I know you guys don't have an outside area, but I'm sure you may be allowed to put tables and stuff outside. So how do you see the reopening? What's the plan going forward, and how will you be safe and try and, there's going to be a whole slew of guidelines, which none of us know. So I'm not asking you what you think about that, but how do you think you're going to operate day to day when the world reopens? And, I guess we'll go to top Nicole first, and Renee, I'll come back down to you. So Nicole, what do you think it looks like when we open up again, the world is normal?
I'm hoping it goes back to, we'll have to have this seating separately and take more precautions, but I'm hoping it goes back to the way it used to be. We have to just move on. I just feel like, listen, am I scared to go out? I am scared, but at the same time, I feel like we can't live our life being scared all the time.
I couldn't agree with you more. Ann, what do you think? Your opinion is very important to me. What do you think it looks like? Because I know you were there for the grand opening. You're in there. I saw you work in the register. You're all over the place when the place is open. What do you think it looks like when people come in? Do you think it's going to be pumping the same way it was? I hope to God it is.
I hope so. I hope it eventually goes all back to normal where everyone can come inside and actually eat. But for now, I think we're going to have to do with trying to fit seating outside. And
that's not a bad idea, because I know that, I know people are talking to the landlord over there, and it might be something you could explore. So that's good. So Renee, what do you think? How does it look, when we reopen? How does it look? How does it feel?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, well, I feel positive about it, but we have to go according to the guidelines. So it's really a waiting game. But if, like you mentioned, if the landlord says it's okay to put some tables outside,
right,
then we would do that. Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it. I know my wife is commenting on the section. I'll bring her up in a second, but I know I'm looking forward to coming there and eating in the parking lot. And I know she will, because she keeps talking about how great your brownies are. And you have no idea. Like, if I could just have a lifeline supply, just continually delivered to my house, my wife would eat them every single day. All right, so guys, right now, I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to do our COVID Talks Hero of the Day. So this is the opportunity for anyone who's watching us live, which again, thank you for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. Anyone who's watching live and anyone who has a question for any of our guests, use the comment section. We'll bring up the comments. And if it's a specific question to a specific person, all I ask is that you just put the person you're looking to ask the question to. All right. So guys, we'll be back in 2 seconds, and we're going to do our hero of the day, and then we'll get to the comment section. So again, last night we made the announcement that we changed the hero of the day segment. It is now going to be the hero of the week. So this week, the COVID Talks hero of the week is our men and women in blue, our NYPD. No matter where you stand on any of the issues that are currently taking place in this country, we have to salute the men and women who go out of their way each and every day to keep us safe. So thank you to the NYPD for all you do, and congratulations on being the hero of the week here on COVID Talks. All right, so we're going to pull that down, and now I'm going to venture into the comment section, which let's see what happens. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's people making fun of me like Moss, but we'll see what we got. All right, so Vito Canena, shout out Vito. We love Vito Canena. Vito's been with us from day one. Let's see. Oh, Todd Bavona. Shout out to Todd Bavona and happy birthday to Vinny Bonomi. So everyone on the stream here, I think, knows Vinny Bonomi. Vinny Bonomi is watching. And yes, that's correct. So shout out to Vinny Bonomi. Unrelated to the restaurant talk. However, you deserve to be a happy birthday publicly. So way to be born, Vin. Thanks for watching and tuning in on your birthday. Okay, so here we go. Mr. Tom Bannis, good friend of everyone on the stream, also has his own stream, which we encourage you to tune into later on tonight. But Tom's question is, whole food, plant-based here. I totally agree with your service and business is incredible. I enjoyed the food tremendously. Your staff was kind, friendly, and beyond accommodating.
Thank
so that's
you,
a really
Tom.
nice shout out.
That's really nice. Thank you, Tom.
I couldn't have wrote that better myself, Tom Bannis. Very nice. My wife, shout out to my beautiful wife. Best brownies ever. They are my favorite. Let's see who else we got here. Here we go. So Vinny Bonomi, once again, happy birthday. So this is for Anthony Jr. So Anthony, we know kids can't lie. Tell us how good it is. You're on the spot.
No, it really is good. I wouldn't lie about that. I love pretty much everything. No, actually everything on the menu. Bakery, cafe, everything. It's all really good.
What's the best part?
I like, me personally, because I've always liked desserts. I love the bakery. Everything, every single thing in the bakery.
What is the right name? Because I don't want to say what I want to call them. What's the name of the dough spheres that you make?
Cookie dough balls.
That's what you call them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to say the wrong thing because it might have been inappropriate. I thought there was like a catchy name or something. But they were unbelievable. I could eat them like popping popcorn. All right. So we got Justin Foley, my nephew, also on the job in Jersey. So thank you, Justin, for all you're doing to help protect and keep the people in Jersey safe. But Justin says he's got plenty of friends with food allergies. We'll spread the word out in Jersey. Sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see who we got. Oh, here we go. So Vito Canana, this is great. So when Love Earth needs to expand and needs more locations, he's ready to help.
Thank you, Vito.
Vito's great. Vito's there. Vito's ready to help. All right. So you know what? I think we'll close the comment section. And thank you once again to everyone who watched and everyone who commented. And the last thing I want to touch on before I let you go is talk to me about, so Father's Day is coming up, and I'm going to try and talk, type, and scroll all at once. So if I get it wrong, I apologize. But Father's Day is coming up, and I know that you have a special offering, a special menu, and it's even going to be catering, right? So catering for small groups, specific for Father's Day. I'm going to bring it up, and whoever wants to chime in, tell us about it, because I think it's a really cool idea, and it's something, again, someone who isn't familiar with healthy eating. I'll just call it what it is. I'm not familiar with healthy eating. You've created a whole menu that includes things like burgers. To be now, can this be ordered pickup delivery? Is this delivery only? How does it work?
Pickup delivery. So we have that available for Father's Day. But in the future, we also, in the very near future, we're offering catering and food prep. We're going to make our food more available, more convenient for people. We're going to reach more people with our food. But for the Father's Day, this is what we have. Yeah, everything is delicious on the menu.
And what I do want to say, because I don't think either of you would say it, but I'm unbiased, so I can make this statement. When you hear, at least me, I'm sure a lot of people who are watching, listening, are going to see this later on. When you hear the words plant-based, or you hear better ingredients, or you hear a lot of the buzzwords that you guys were throwing around, and you're looking at it from a restaurant standpoint, I think a lot of people associate those words and those buzzwords with very high priced or very expensive. And I may be wrong, but I feel like when you're talking fresh, when you're talking all the words you're using, you're thinking that it's going to be an expensive, incredibly expensive. But guys, if you're looking at this, and I can't zoom in anymore, but the menu items are fresh ingredients, plant-based, healthy, and inexpensive. It's not, this is not something that is for a certain income bracket. This is available and affordable to everyone. And that's one of the things that I think is such a great selling point, because as I said, at least in my opinion, when you hear things like fresh, all these words, you immediately think it's going to be exponentially expensive or incredibly expensive. But I'm looking at a package here right now. Love package number 1. For $75, they're going to give you 6 burgers, macaroni and potato salad, a garden salad, and fruit salad. I mean, that's beyond reasonable. So again, I just wanted to say that because to me, at least in my opinion, when you hear those things, you're thinking it's extremely expensive, and it is not expensive. It is a healthy alternative, and it's actually right where it should be priced. So good work by you guys for making a menu that's not only healthy, but affordable, because I'm sure you could charge a lot more for some of these items, right, Renee? Because the ingredients.
But we're fair. We want to be fair. We want it to be affordable and accessible to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We certainly have the advantage that we're the only place on the island. We want to feed people correctly. We want to accommodate them. So
very cool. So I want to thank you all once again.
Wait, and I would like to say one thing, though.
I would like you to say it.
Sorry. I just want to say thank you very much to Renee and Danielle, because I do teach during the day, so I'm not there as much. So this was a big dream of mine, to have this place safe for Anthony and for other people. So, and they are there most of the time. So to them, thank you very much for making my dream come true. And it means a lot to me.
Very cool. So see it now. So you're 11. So in like 10 years, you'll have Love Earth Cafe and Bakery 6. You'll have 5 more under your belt. We'll have them in Jersey. We'll have them in Florida. We'll franchise. Get to work on that. All right.
Okay.
Start franchising it out this way. When you're 20 years old, 18 years old, you can be driving around in your Maserati. You can have 10 businesses and you live like a rock star. That's the goal.
Anthony, if I could just mention our other partner, Danielle, I just want to mention.
That's my fault. I'm so sorry. I forgot all about Danielle.
I just want to mention Danielle being such an asset to the team. Danielle owns a cafe bakery for 20 years, so she has a lot of experience. And when she heard Nicole's story and it was brought to her awareness, all the kids that are suffering with allergies, she really was determined to master the bakery and help out these children. So she's a tremendous part of the team. We really make a great team, the 3 of us. Our visions, our dreams, and our experience all brought together to make this happen. No, that's okay. I just didn't.
I have her in the comments, but when we spoke earlier and you said she might jump in, right. I just forgot she didn't. But yes, definitely huge shout out to Danielle. She's amazing in every way. She's there all the time. She's a tremendous asset both to the store and to the community, because she does a lot of stuff, a lot of good work in the community. So yes, we missed you, Danielle, and I apologize that I didn't shout you out earlier. All right, so guys, I'm going to bring you back to the green room. Thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. We got some positive stuff out there. A lot of people were buzzing in the comment section. I hope people visit the website. I hope you click and order right from the website. You click the button, the menu pops up. You're able to order anything you want, and you can choose pickup or delivery. So, and they're still delivering island wide. So I want to make that clear. Wherever you are, they'll get the food to you. And they'll also check out their Father's Day package. All right, so guys, I'm going to bring you down, and I will see you in about 2 minutes. All right, so really, really cool, very interesting, especially as someone like me who doesn't ascribe to a plant-based lifestyle. Admittedly, that's not what I do. But I will tell you, when I've gone there and eaten, when I've had food delivered, it is unbelievable. There are things there that you wouldn't ever dream would taste good. For example, that cauliflower that we mentioned. So they have cauliflower with hot sauce. And it's more than that, obviously, but it's delicious. And you could eat that all day and it's healthy. They have an artichoke burger, which when I heard that, I was like, but we had it. It's excellent. Their pizza is unbelievable. They have gluten-free and allergen-free pizzas. Everything on their menu is delicious. I encourage you guys to check it out. I really, really strongly advise you to, at the very least, go on their social media pages and follow them just to stay up to date with what they're doing and see what their offerings are as they come up. All right. So before we leave, one more time, if you're interested in being a guest or have a topic you'd like us to discuss, send us an email at info@PRcision.com. We'd be happy to get your topic on, get your guest on, or even create a live stream like the one you're watching right now for you or for a client. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. This has been COVID Talks, positive conversations during uncertain times. Have a good night.